Leadership that teaches you to depend upon another race is a leadership that will enslave you. Any leadership that teaches you to depend upon another race is a leadership that will enslave you. They gave leadership to our foreparents, and that leadership made them slaves. But we have decided to find a leadership of our own.
Not your average nigga, I'm a god out the hood. They can't downplay me, I came up, I'm elevated. I ain't gotta say too much for them to know I'm coming for what's mine. You know they see me in my presence, say they see how I'm coming. Young, but you not just gonna finesse me like you did my peoples. Then back when you said they was emancipated. This ain't that. Your head too big, you feeling yourself. The game wasn't fair, you had the advantage, we wasn't educated. I don't look at you people the same. Nah. Your worst nightmare, my skin tone about them chains. Yeah. Not no circus lion, son, I can't be tamed. You gon' have to kill me, pussy, Toby ain't my name. Y'all still want us think our history started when we were slaves? What? Come on now, talk about them pyramids we made. I was chosen by that man, you know y'all just been running game. The nerve of you acting like...
All right, family, welcome back to Shifting the Culture Podcast. I'm your host, Brother King Cam, and tonight we're going to be discussing the news that just broke about the Fox News scandal that highlighted Skip Bayless as well as Fox executives around sexual assault. So I want to get your thoughts, want to get your comments. I want to hear what you got to say in reference to that. So we're going to tap in with that for just a little bit. But before we get into that, family, I need you to hit the comment section. Let me know what city and state that you're tuning in from. I need my Facebook family to make sure that you are commenting and that you share. YouTube, I need you to make sure that you smash that like button, smash the subscribe button, hit the bell so you can stay notified each and every time that we drop a video, okay? Because we building the family over there. Twitter, I need you on the retweet. All right, so as we jump right into this, I got the article pulled up right here, family, so that we'll be able to read along with what is taking place. So it states here that Skip Bayless, Fox Sports executive named in lawsuit alleging sexual workplace harassment. All right, and this is in the USA Today. It says that a former Fox Sports hairstylist filed a lawsuit that alleges a network executive forcefully touched her and used his position to sexually harass women. The suit also claims former personality Skip Bayless offered to pay the hairstylist for sex. The lawsuit was filed by Noorsheen Faraji, who says she worked at Fox Sports from August of 2012 until August of 2024 in Los Angeles County Court on Friday. Fox Sports and its other properties are named defendants in the suit, as well as Executive Vice President of Content of FS1, Charlie Dixon, Bayless, and network host Joy Taylor. The news of the lawsuit was first reported by Front Office Sports. Faraji brings forth this action because for over a decade at Fox, she was forced to endure misogynistic, racist, and ableist workplace where executives and talent were allowed to physically and verbally abuse workers with impunity, the lawsuit reads. Now, this lawsuit, I believe, is 42 pages long. So it goes into various details as well as a particular time where I believe Mrs. Faraji was at a bar, I believe it was, and Charlie Dixon, touched her inappropriately at the bar. And then it also mentions that, a time where Skip Bayless, allegedly offered her money for sex. So in a statement to USA Today, Sports Fox News said, "We take these allegations seriously and have no further comment at this time, given this pending litigation." So this is a civil suit. So, this person worked at Fox for over for 10 years, for a decade, from 2012 to 2024. And that's a pretty long time. So this is not a person who, just got to Fox Sports. This is not a person who was there on an internship or, a person who may not have known the ropes. They've been there for a very long time. So, they understand what's happening and what's going on. And, for me, again, all of this is alleged. So, we're not speculating on anything as far as innocence or guilt. But this culture has been a culture that exists in many workplaces, particularly as we deal with sports and media. There were obviously, we know about the Weinstein situation and the cases of from Weinstein where there were allegations of sexual assault and inappropriate behavior that took place in the workplace. Then we got let me see, Brian, what's his name? This is at let me see, I think this him, Brian Williams. Yeah, lawsuit. Where he was at. Let me see. Okay. Was this it? Okay, maybe this wasn't the right one. But I was looking for another. There was another anchor who was accused of sexual assault, right? Inappropriate behavior at the workplace. We know that the Nickelodeon documentary that recently came out last year sometime talked about the work conditions and the environments there where the women who were writing for the show were underpaid, right? They wasn't being paid the same that the male writers were being paid. Then you have the allegations of sexual assault where people were testifying that there was inappropriate things that were said, even in the scenes. There were just inappropriate scenes that made people feel uncomfortable. And this is dealing with minors. This is dealing with minors, but also, with grown women as well. So this culture of sexual perversion at the workplace is not anything that's new. This lawsuit also mentions, right? Faraji alleges Dixon rubbed her body and grabbed her buttocks while attending a party for Taylor in West Hollywood in January 2017. So this is what I was talking about. Faraji said that she was mortified over the situation and tried to tell Taylor, who she described as a friend, but Taylor told her, get over it, according to details in the lawsuit, as I mentioned before. It is also alleged an anonymous employee told Faraji she wouldn't be working with Fox Sports after she refused to have sex with Dixon in order to have her contract renewed. The anonymous person also said Dixon was doing this to other women talent, according to the lawsuit. The lawsuit accuses Fox of not properly investigating Dixon's actions for sexual advances and says he used his position of power to coerce women into having sexual relations with him. So, again, this is not something that's new to the workplace. And we, have to start to think about what's going on when we go and we are moving around, because what happens is these type of situations continue to happen because people put themselves in different positions that would allow them to be in these situations. Not talking about the young lady who is accusing these alleged things, but I'm talking about this executive producer. You're using power, trying to leverage that against other people to try to get things that you want. Talent that obviously have some type of influence, leveraging that over people to try to get what you want. Trying to leverage that as an opportunity into a new role. You trying to become a host of a show. Whatever happened to people just being good enough and being able to perform what said role is and just put in their bid for that particular role and actually get it? Why does it always have to be about sex? Why does it always have to be about blackmail? We watched all these different shows that kind of talks about how the political arena operates, how obviously entertainment and media operates, and it just shows the fact that we don't value people as human beings, but we value them as to what you can do for me now. What can I get out of you in order for me to get what I want? What can you do for me? And what can I do for you in order for us to be able to accomplish what it is that we're trying to accomplish? Not the righteous way, but in a way that's unbecoming of both of us. So you have again, and this is a hairstylist, that's been working there for 10 years. So she's been doing a very good job. She's very good at her job. She makes sure that the talent is looking the part before they hit the camera. You understand? So she's obviously very good at her job. She's been there for a very long time. She's a vet. And understanding how this culture seeps throughout the studio, and then people don't have any type of recourse for what's taking place. And again, as I mentioned before, this is just the one that's being highlighted in the lawsuit. But let's not forget that this again takes place at many different jobs. You know, this is why when you're at work, man, don't go to the Christmas parties. Don't go to the events that they invite you. Hell, don't even participate in the potlucks. The potlucks ain't even safe no more. Back in the day, the potlucks was safe, but nowadays the potlucks ain't safe. Because you got too many people who don't know how to cook bringing stuff to the potluck. Number one. Number two, you don't know where these people preparing this food at, bringing this food to the potluck. Number two. Number three, once you start mixy with all of these different people, this is when all this stuff happens. And you're supposed to go to work, do your job, and go home. But once you get there and you start socializing and you start being personal with all these different people, and they start inviting you to the conventions at work, and to the Christmas party at work, and to the New Year's party at work, where all they want to do is get drunk and then push up against the women, these type of things were bound to happen. These type of things were bound to happen. So, we're going to continue to follow what's going on with this. And it should be a lesson for us, but black men. This should be a lesson. This should be a lesson because they're always trying to figure out a way to get you caught up, to get us caught up. So when you go to work, black man, you need to go to work, do your job, and go home. If you have an elevated level there, that is another bullseye on your back. If you are in a position of authority, if you're in management, if you're a director, if you are a C-suite individual, that's a target on your back. And I believe, hold on, let me see if I read this properly, because there was something about, let me see, boy, 1.5 million though. Boy, Bayless offered up that bag, didn't he? Skip said, man, I got a whole bag for you. Let me see. Okay, so I don't see it. But it's in the 42-page lawsuit where it's mentioned that if I'm not able to get my way through obtaining the goals that I'm asking for, the position on a particular show, things like that, then what we're gonna do is we're gonna make allegations against you of improper behavior. I'm not gonna say sexual assault, but let's just say improper behavior that will affect your career and will ultimately have you to pay me damages. Right? So if I can't get you to give me what I want one way, what we're going to do is we're going to fabricate a story so that we are now able to get it another way. Now, I'm not talking about the lady Faraji who did this lawsuit. There was somebody else that was mentioned in this lawsuit as well that was alluding to that type of behavior. So this is the mindset. Everybody out to try to get a bag. Everybody's out to try and get a bag. And the crazy thing about it is the fact that everybody wants to try to get a bag, and they doing it by any means necessary, meaning that they willing to frame people, lie on people, gossip on people to try to make some money. They're willing to say whatever in order to get some money. This Me Too movement has made it very easy to make accusations against men and to get a bag for it. And when you in these environments where you have these men and these women working closely together if it's not monitored through policy and procedure, then you're going to end up getting yourself in trouble. All right, so I'm just telling you now, let this be a lesson. Let this be a warning to those who know. Because this stuff is blowing up. Stuff is blowing up. And, anybody can be a victim. Any and everybody can be a victim of this. So I want to know what your thoughts are. I want to know how you feel about this situation. Have you had this type of situation happen at your job? Talk about it in the comment section. Let us know. We're going to be continuing to follow this as more information comes out, because this is just a breaking story. So we just breaking the story as we get it and giving our commentary and our feedback as we know. Again, this is not about innocence or guilt. We don't know who did what. We wasn't there. So that's not what we're doing, but we're just talking about the culture that exists and why we need to shift that culture to one of better understanding and more respect for us as human beings. You go to your job to work. You go there to perform the deeds that you are paid to do. You execute that, and then you come on home. And then we have to now begin to look at how we foster good, healthy relationships, because everything doesn't have to be sexual. But when you look at a lot of these things, the relationships is always boiling down to sex. So we have to grow, we have to mature, we have to change the mindset. We got to shift the culture on this, because brothers, they got Skip hemmed up with this right now, allegedly, but at the same time, it's no mercy for us. Zero. If you look wrong, you're going to get a lawsuit. So that's what I have on that right now, family. Like I said, we'll continue to follow it, but let us know your comments, your thoughts, and how you feel in the comment section. And, man, we appreciate it. This was just a breaking news drop tonight, man. We didn't do nothing extensive tonight. So maybe later on in the week, we'll bring some commentators on, some contributors on to give us their perspective on this as well. All right, family. So I appreciate you for checking in. Peace.